Ole Sankok David.
Thank you very much, Honorable Madam Speaker. And let me start by thanking the chair of the committee, together with the members, for such an elaborate report, because it shows the seriousness of this House in dealing with matters that pertains and that affect Kenyans. Thank you very much, Honorable Speaker, because the report is really very direct and is dealing with a very emotive issue in our country, because land is a very emotive issue, and I wish this House will deal with this issue with a lot of seriousness so that it will send precedent in future of the importance and the seriousness that we attach to public lands. Honorable Speaker, in the past, it has been very difficult even for government to develop this country in terms of infrastructure because of prices of land that are hiked when there is an intention of the government to buy such land. Honorable Speaker, this is a clear case of inflated land prices by a few cartels and individuals who want to benefit from proceeds of corruption. Honorable Speaker, let this be a precedent from this House that we will not condone at all the issues of land grabbing and also inflated prices for the benefit of a few individuals. Honorable Speaker, I really support the recommendation that are given by the committee, because the committee have recommended in a very clear manner how to deal with these cartels. For a long time, issues of land and corruption, we have pointed our fingers to the wrong people. But this committee have decided to pinpoint failures by government officers, by government departments, in terms of negligence or omission, which need to be punished. Because in the past, we have pointed our fingers to the wrong individual. I can take, Honorable Speaker, an example of a collapsed building, where instead of pointing our fingers to NCA, to the contractor, we point our fingers to the owner of the building, who may not be a civil engineer or a specialist in terms of construction. We ended up scaring away investors in our country. Honorable Speaker, but the recommendations that are given by this committee are very direct on individuals who are capable of this mistake, either by omission or commission. Honorable Speaker, it is also funny to note that through economic stimulus, the government have been allocating money to the same said land, which the title is not in the hands of the government. And we may have, because this may just be a tip of the iceberg, we may have a lot of government or taxpayers' money being invested on land that does not belong to the public or to the government. We build schools, and if we build a school on a land that does not belong to the government, that belongs to an individual, this individual may decide to turn that building or that school into a hotel, and there is nothing really you can do if the land does not belong to the government in terms of the title deed. So, Honorable Speaker, from where I sit, I really see a very serious committee that did its research very well. We congratulate them, and we want the House to support this committee so that we can set a precedent. And we want the committee to extend its scrutiny to all government-owned land in terms of institution of learning and in terms of ministries, departments, and agencies, so that we are sure that where government is investing money, the money is well secured, as well as the land that the infrastructure that are built by the government sit on, so that we don't end up with an issue like this one of the Ruaka school. So, Honorable Speaker, I thank you very much, and I really do support this report.